You're already here. It's me, Taph. Today I'll show you how to go from a noob Taph to a pro Taph. If you see this noob Taph, you'd better not be like that. At least I hope so. However, that's what this video is for, to show you not to be like that. You're supposed to become a pro Taph, not a noob like the one just now. The killer is supposed to hate you, like right now, and that's your job. So let's drop the video how to become a pro Taph. It's not as hard as you probably think. But before we start the video, please leave a like and subscribe before it's too late. I put a lot of work into these videos. Okay, so first here's a list of what we'll be doing today. First, I'll show you his abilities and the most important information. Then I'll explain how to play Taph properly. After that, I'll give you a tip for dealing with every killer, and finally, I'll show you all of Taph's milestone skins. Taph places a tripwire on the ground to hinder the killer and alert nearby survivors. Each Taph may have up to 3 tripwires active at a time. Placing a 4th will automatically remove the oldest one, similar to John Doe's digital footprint. When the killer triggers a tripwire, all survivors, including Taph, see the killer's aura for 8 seconds. The killer is inflicted with slowness, 2 for 4 seconds. Taph arms a subspace trip mine and throws it onto the ground. Once placed, the mine becomes semi-invisible, briefly revealing itself every 13 seconds with a faint purple glow and sound cue. When a killer enters within 16 studs, the mine triggers after 0.4 seconds, inflicting Helpless 1 for 5 seconds, and Subspace 3, which applies a dark pinkish visual filter and forcibly redirects the killer's camera for 5 seconds. If Taph is within the blast radius, they're also afflicted with the Subspace 3 and Helpless 1. The Subspace trip mine can be prematurely detonated if struck by a killer's attack. If destroyed before activation, it inflicts a weaker Subspaced eye with no Helpless eye. If left untouched for 50 seconds, it automatically explodes. If the mine successfully detonates on a killer, its cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. Here you can see how you should not throw your subspace trip mine, as it is very obvious to the killer, and he can simply hit it. However, here you can see how you should place your tripwire, namely behind walls, so that the killer cannot see it so easily. Unlike before, you should place your subspace trip mines as before, behind walls, where the killer cannot easily destroy them. As you can see here in slow motion, the Noli races into all the traps, so he can no longer attack the survivors so quickly, giving them time to escape. Another thing you should always do is place your traps in a good location, right at the beginning, so that other survivors have direct help to escape the killer. Okay, but let's say the killer is a pro, and he destroys your traps and then chases you down. All I can say is, you're as good as dead, because then you can't do anything to defend yourself. That's why it's crucial to have an escape plan. It involves placing your traps in 3 good locations on the map so you can escape much more easily. Another good tip is to place your tripwires in places where the killer doesn't expect them. Now let's move on to the penultimate topic for today. I'll give you a tip for each killer. For Slasher, guess 666, and Cool Kid, always place your traps behind walls, as they can't easily destroy them. For One Egg, place your traps where he doesn't expect them, as he can easily destroy them with his ranged attacks. For Noli, always place traps near the generator before you build one. If Noli teleports, he can't attack you immediately. For John Doe, always place your traps outside, as he can easily destroy them inside with his attacks. For Nosferatu, it's the complete opposite. Always place them inside. Otherwise, Nosferatu will simply fly over them. And last but not least, I'll show you all of Taph's milestone skins.